In its most basic form, football is tough.
Go! Hey!
It's in your face. Exhausting.
Let's go!
Hit or be hit. The lights on Friday night shine down on a physical game.
Defense, shut it down!
I've always tried to be tough, and that's how I was raised, to be a tough kid, and don't come out unless something's really wrong with you.
After a especially hard hit on the first day of practice 2 years ago, senior linebacker Jack Bates found that sometimes toughness isn't staying in the game, but taking yourself out.
Feeling drowsy, nauseous, the headaches, in kind of a dark, gloomy stage in my life.
And I think Jack went in like a bull and hit the top of his head and compressed a portion in his neck. Missed the whole season.
Wins it for Grand Rapids Christian.
A state championship season for the Christian Eagles, sidelined by concussion.
Helmet-to-helmet contact is inevitable in football, but unlike the pros, where sometimes there's more doctors than athletes on the sidelines, in high school, a helmet is your best friend. New research says that some helmets are actually safer than others. So, how safe are your children's helmets?
Do you know what kind of helmet your son is wearing?
I don't. I think he's in the Riddell.
This study, I think, was revolutionary, not necessarily to NFL and college level, but it really allowed high schools in junior high and peewee to sit up and take notice and say, there's things we need to do to protect our kids.
That groundbreaking research was done by a team of Virginia Tech and Wake Forest scientists, drop testing 23 adult football helmets 120 different times each. Information was gathered from the helmets with sensors. Over 10 years of nonprofit, independent research entered into a star equation, a 5-star helmet, best available, all the way down to the not recommended 1-star.
This is going to be a little bit more simplified, and when you push on this here, you can actually feel some of this padding. This is really hard.
If it was my child, I definitely wouldn't let him play unless it was a 4 or 5-star helmet.
I just trust that the school knows what they're using.
We would raise a question about it now.
Target 8 wanted to find out where West Michigan fell on that 5-star scale. So we asked over 120 schools with football teams what they were putting on their players' heads. A vast majority use helmets with a 4 or 5-star rating. But at least 20 schools say they use some helmets with a 3-star or lower rating, including Holland Christian, who supplies approximately 40 of the Riddell VSR4 helmets to their JV and freshman teams, a 1-star rating. They declined an interview, but say each year they phase out some of the older helmets with newer models. Division II Power Muskegon uses mostly 5-star helmets, but a handful of Coach Shane Fairfield's players use the Schutt Air Advantage, a 2-star rating, adequate.
You know, when you said, you know you're putting him in a 2-star helmet, I never really thought of it that way because I haven't had an issue. So, but no, that makes me want to think more that, my decisions, and sometimes I have to do what the kids might not like.
Lawrence and Axman agree no helmet will ever be concussion-proof, but there is new technology reducing the risk.
But we can't regenerate brain cells. We can't replace your brain. But you're going to need your brain for the rest of your life.
Football is a tough physical game. Don't mess around with anything in your head. If you hit your head, you only have one brain.